What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Wrath2501 here. Alright, got a Warhammer 40k video from somebody else. I've never done this stuff before. This is One Mind Syndicate. Alright, and this is 40 facts and lore on the Tyrant Hive Tyrant Dagon Overlord in Warhammer 40k. Okay, so this seemed interesting. And it's from a Warhammer guy that I don't normally go to. Excuse me. Alright, so let's see what he's got to say about the Dagon Overlord. And the Hive Tyrant Dagon. Okay, let's go. One Mind Syndicate presents.
You guys have asked for it, and I'm excited to start the month of November. An entire month dedicated to Tyrant lore videos where we will be talking about everything from the major Hive fleets to the individual Genestealer cults that are infecting the many worlds of the Imperium. I might even start my very own Genestealer cult warband. More on that in future videos. But for now, I want to begin our journey into the lore of the Great Devourer by exploring the legend of one of the most terrifying Tyranid bioforms, the Dagon Overlord. What makes this Hive Tyrant so unique is that it's been able to distinguish itself from the swarm of Hive Fleet Dagon, and both Imperial and Xeno forces have come to recognize this creature as a sort of ever-present Tyranid leader. But before we get into the full lore of the Overlord, allow me to introduce myself. I am your host, Gersh1, and if you're new to the channel, we post Warhammer 40k lore videos every single day, so if you guys have any suggestions for any topic pertaining to the Tyranids that you guys would like us to talk about, just comment down in the comment section.
Well, this is from November, so it's too late for that.
Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to follow along for November and make suggestions for what we're going to do in December. That's a cool close-up of the Tyranid Hive.
And
also hit the like button. That's really the only way YouTube knows that we are creating great content. So by hitting the like button, it really helps out the channel. And share with your friends if they're into Tyranids, if they're excited for the Genestealer Codex that's coming out pretty soon. Share these videos and hopefully it can inspire them to jump into the hobby or buy more of the hobby, and then you guys can play more. With all that said, let's get into 40 facts on the Dagon Overlord. The first recorded sighting of the Tyranid bioform that came to be known as the Dagon Overlord was during the opening days of the Battle of Castable, a hive world that was regarded as the jewel of the Orpheus salient in the Jericho Reach and one of the primary industrious hive worlds responsible for supplying a significant portion of troops and materials to the Imperial military might. This region of space was newly inducted back into the Imperial fold, and when Hive Fleet Dagon assaulted the sector, the Imperium understood that Castable could not fall. It had to be the planet that halted the Hive Fleet. The strongest defense was placed on Hive Trimalov. It was to be guarded at all cost, for it was the political heart of the planet and the center for the world's religious life. This Hive city was renowned for its breathtaking cathedrals. They were immense gleaming edifices made out of marble and obsidian, housing 20 billion Emperor-fearing worshippers. It was here that the Overlord appeared, leading a mighty swarm of Tyranids that battered the holy spires of the capital Hive. The Dagon Overlord successfully breached the outer defenses, and his horde crawled through the walls, dispatching the defenders in a month-long orgy of carnage and slaughter. Like a true super predator, the Overlord did not care whether his horde assaulted soldiers or civilians. Every single living soul inside that Hive city was devoured until it was devoid of any human life. Only a handful of Imperial soldiers and citizens were able to escape the fall of the Hive city, and each one of them brought back the traumatizing tale of the invasion. But most terrorizing of all was the memory of the Overlord, which stood apart from even the worst horrors that the swarm had to offer. Etched into the minds of the survivors was the brooding and savage form of the Dagon Overlord. Sadly, one of the guardsmen's account of his encounter with the Dagon Overlord was somehow made public and has spread throughout the rank and file of the Imperial Guard in the region. It has become a terrifying tale that is read under the cover of night and away from commissars. It reads, "Then suddenly I saw it. With only a slight churning to mark its rise to the surface, the monster slid into view above the cathedral ruins. Vast, loathsome, and almost godlike, it darted like a stupendous creature of nightmares to the spire, above which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, and while it bowed its hideous head, it gave a vent to the most terrifying sound. I truly think I went mad then. It is reported that sadly the guardsman then took his own life." Covered in slimy plates of chitin which constantly drip and leak fluid, the Overlord projects an aura of horror and menace like nothing else within the swarm. Its importance and power are also readily apparent when it strides alongside other Tyranid creatures. Peering into the demonic eyes of this Overlord, one can perceive a personal desire to murder, maim, and kill. It's almost as if the Hive fleet was
So,
able to dig into the mind
Australian
of the trillions
wildlife,
of
then.
human souls it had consumed and create a creature with a stare that struck at the primal fear of humanity. Many xenobiologists and inquisitors with knowledge of the Overlord seem to agree that it is a unique Hive Tyrant evolved as a specific tool for the eradication of mankind. What it does to its victims is
Possibility.
not a simple act of consumption like the other Tyranid creatures. The Dagon Overlord seems to intentionally slow down the killing process to generate as much fear and panic amongst his enemies, committing acts like impaling living victims into capillary towers and spitting enough acid onto the enemy to horrifically disfigure and then allowing them to retreat. All of these are heinous acts that are uncharacteristic of Tyranid bioforms who simply want
Yeah,
to destroy
typically.
and consume. Since its first appearance, the Dagon
This thing
Overlord
uses
has been sighted
psychological
in almost all
warfare.
of the major combat zones of the Orpheus salient, leading swarm after swarm into the ranks of the Imperial defenders. This has led many to believe that the Overlord is not a unique creature at all, but instead represents a new bioform of Tyranid. However, whether it is a unique
Possibly.
entity or not, it's hard to determine when dealing with the Hive mind, as it is constantly recycling its own truth.
Isn't like that
This
one
means that the
Tyrannid that's called
Overlord
like
may be a
Old
single
One Eye or
veteran
something like
of
that?
many wars, and may have even fallen countless times to the foe, only to be respawned by the Hive mind over and over again. What makes this fact scarier is the cults that are forming all across the Jericho Reach and other sectors around this Tyrannid figure. Because he is a fixed part of the Hive fleet and in essence can never be defeated, he has become the embodiment of the entire Hive fleet as a whole. These Xeno-worshipper cults fixate on the stories of the Overlord and claim that he is the one true god and the true face of the Great Devourer. Without a doubt, Genestealer cults are responsible for spreading the faith of the Dagon Overlord. And that's the lore on the Dagon Overlord. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
That's it?
Like I said, this entire month is going to be dedicated to
Supposed to be
Tyranids,
40
Genestealer
facts.
cults,
Was that just one?
the Great Devourer is going to be present throughout the entire month in some way, shape, or form. Mostly lore videos. I might do some terrain videos, but I was supposed to do terrain videos for October, and I'm still working on them, so those are probably going to be scattered throughout this month as well. If you guys have any suggestions as far as like what type of Tyranid topics you guys would like me to talk about, just comment down in the comment section below. I do have a Tyranid playlist that I'll put a link up above for. Basically, the playlist has
No link.
a good amount of Tyranid lore videos that I've already created. I was actually surprised that I don't have that much, but it might be because like the Tyranid lore itself is not that in depth as like the Orcs or the Space Marines or like the Imperium, but we will see. But
Yeah,
I
the
do need
Tyranids
your
pretty
help
much just
because I need
are.
to
They
know
don't
what
do
you guys
anything.
want to
Suggested
so comment down in the comment section below.
characters.
I appreciate all of your guys' support for October. I hope November is just as amazing. And like I said, subscribe to the channel because I'm
Orktober, I
probably
like that.
going to be trying to create my own Genestealer warband. It's a warband that I've been wanting to start for a really long time, and I have some of the models. So as I expand past the starter collector set, we'll see what happens and all that kind of cool stuff. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will talk in the comment section below. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
Okay, his subject matter was pretty cool, and that he mentioned it, and his reading of the thing about the Tyrannid was pretty cool. But this has 40 facts. I'm pretty sure you could pull 40 facts out of that, but I don't know. That doesn't seem right. Though overall, One Mind Syndicate, boom, subscription from me. I'll have to look into more of what this guy's got. I recommend you guys click on the link to the original down in the description, get down to his channel. If you did like this video, like the Tyrannid stuff, like it, and sub to him. Don't forget to subscribe to me before you go, guys. Help this channel, help us to get back to where we were. We've been growing again at a somewhat decent rate again. So yeah, let's kick it up a notch, and let's see if we can get to 50K by the end of the year. And also, do not forget about the Wrath 2501 art contest. All right, I'm gonna start. Got to start putting the link to that to my Discord in the description from now on, so that you guys can just go there and just you can just place any fan art there. To see, there's a $60 Steam gift card in it for you if you want. If you can win it. I mean, it's not all on me, because it'll also be up to the fans to vote for who they think is the best. So we'll see who wins. And I'll see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content. Bye-bye.